Welcome back to another episode of Hers and Hers. I am the first her. We got the second her with me today. And then, of course, we have the lovely EarGardn with us today. So, introduce yourself.
My name is Bree.
Good job.
Of EarGardn. And I'm here to talk about whatever we talk about.
Yeah. Candid conversations. Y'all know how we do. I'm super happy you're here. You know, I've met her for the first time in person like last Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But we've been following each other for a second. She stumbled across one of my hats for Pussy Power.
Allegedly.
And really, I thought you followed me because of the podcast. And that's why I was like, yeah, girl, I got a podcast. And you was like, girl, what? And then Deb was like, Pussy Power. And then you were like, girl, I love your hat. I'm crying.
I was like, that shit fire. I was just on the website.
You guys were, you met in person?
Yes.
Okay. At the event you had went to?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The little mixer for
everybody
Global
last week.
Yeah.
It was, I liked it.
It was good. I'm going to go again. If I go again, I'm going to invite you.
Let me tell you how stupid I feel. I don't know. I feel like every episode, I feel like I do something very dumb. And I said, I combined your name with the garden.
But it was cute, though. I was like,
yeah, that was cute. I was like, I thought you did it on purpose.
Like, am I going to legally change it?
I was like, no. I was like, is that so cute, though? But yes.
If you legally changed it, that would be really fire.
I could have, something could be that.
That could be fire, though.
It's you.
You could actually trademark that. Well,
you can have multiple personas.
You're welcome.
You better see EarGardn stuff everywhere.
You need to put that on the t-shirt, though. That'd be cute as
I'm
a sticker.
trying to get my merch off the road. I've been trying to do it for a year.
People would eat.
Let a nigga know. I'll fuck with you. I'll send you my manufacturers and all that shit.
For real?
Yeah, why
not?
Okay,
for real. Because I'm like,
we black. I'm giving black people resources.
Over here. I know I look like a potato today, but I'd be doing that.
Let's
not
do
a fucking potato.
I have some really good. Actually, I have a design that I had for like a year.
Hey, look, I got manufacturers.
I'm crying.
They got catalogs. We can get some shit. I love giving black people resources.
She turned into a mob boss whenever she started talking about business. She'd be like, let me tell you something.
I got this, I got this.
I know niggas, and niggas. Which niggas you need?
Scarves, nigga.
I do feel like I changed my voice. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy. You just get into your business mode. You put on a suit and tie. Like you put your bow tie on, your virtual bow tie on.
It's an energy thing.
Yes,
my metaverse bow tie.
Oh, yeah. The fear of the metaverse. It's alive.
So y'all know how we do. We always have drink. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. And we drinking.
Not in the morning.
I know it's the afternoon, but it's noon. You know, it's noon in the morning. And
but like, is it early? I feel like I just watched this thing on Netflix about time, and it's really not real. So my thing is like, what's the difference?
Listen,
because we'll drink a mimosa, right? On
I
Sunday.
love you so much already because this.
What is time?
I drink mimosas earlier than this.
I'll drink a mimosa at 10 a.m.
I mean,
listen, I didn't share, but
we should have had
at
mimosas.
one point in time, I used to wake up at 10:30, pop a cap of fresh wine, but I didn't think, I personally feel like it's fruit juice. So
I recently switched from weed to wine.
How you feel?
Yeah. And it feels good. Like I'm just as relaxed with the weed.
So is it just the weed, or I don't know? Like, do you try You've tried CBD before?
Oh yeah, I like it.
We've had a CBD gummy.
I love. I've actually tried CBD.
It was half CBD,
pre-rolls.
CBD and half THC, but it was more CBD than THC. Boy, goodness.
Okay, I was TH sleep.
She was not the fuck out. She needed lit.
I tried a CBD gummy at work last year. And it was raining, right?
Oh, no.
It was raining, and I was watching the rain, and I was like, this is so beautiful. And I just felt so relaxed in that moment. And the job I had at the time, I was never relaxed because they was real racist in there, so I was always on, like, ready to fight.
Yeah, had to be
damn shame.
And it was like, I was just watching the rain. But, I can't smoke weed anymore. Like, it don't, like, I be getting so
smoke
anxious.
Weed, and I get really anxious, yeah.
I'm like, I used to be like a little stoner when I was in college.
Smoking weed. Smoke weed every day.
There was a little voice on there.
No, really, she be having that twang. She did karaoke, and she was carrying. I said, hold on, bitch, put the K in the Roki.
Church choir.
She put the K in the Roki, though.
Solos. I had some solos.
You had some solo.
Okay, I've been wanting to go to church. I need to cleanse.
I don't go to church.
You gotta go to the cleanse.
No, I want to go. I mean, I be feeling like I want to feel.
You feel you need Jesus.
I need some.
Every time I go to church, I cry, and it don't even really be a word like that.
No, I want the songs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
It's
gonna leave
the
after
music.
that.
It's the
Because
music.
that word that you finna, I don't need that.
It's the
gonna be
worship
homophobic.
every time.
It's gonna be all
See
that.
that? Yeah.
But I need that.
See, I don't get to go to black traditional churches because like I was originally Seventh-day Adventist, so like we're kind of like we're teeter between like being like slick, like the closest thing to like Mormon but not Mormon. So a lot of the things that we sing are not like that would be secular. So like Kurt Franklin and stuff like that, it's still gospel, but that would be
It's
considered like secular like gospel
mean-
music. So I have to listen to hymns, and when I say it be the old hymns from like the
Lately,
40s,
I've
But
been
I like-
going through something.
I like old hymns. Like my great grandmother,
healing.
she used to just hum hymns all the time. And
Well,
it
yeah,
would
that's
make-
yeah.
It would be very.
I listen
like,
to Mahalia Jackson for fun. Like I enjoy just like the technique of gospel vocalist. Honestly,
no, you can if you're trained in the church, you can sing very well. Like Chloe and Haley, that's why they're
Oh, they
they're church trained.
was Duran
and-
Bernard trained in the church?
I'm not sure.
Because he's
Probably.
giving very.
Because Lucky Day was trained. Well, he was in a cult.
oh, and
Unfortunately,
that boy be
yeah, he was in a religious cult, and he ended up.
Oh,
he
I know
was
that
very fine.
cult was going.
He was in a
dumb.
Tay met Lucky Day, but that's another story for another day. But
Me and him, we're friends. We're friends.
So
Unfortunately.
look,
He was in a religious cult.
I wasn't listening to Lucky Day like that, right? And then me and my mom and my girlfriend went to the vinyl shop, and I was like, "Damn, I want to get the Lucky Day vinyl." That was my first time listening to Lucky Day.
Bruh.
That yellow
And you
album.
got it on
bruh,
vinyl.
bruh.
I said this shit.
So
fire.
God has favorites, apparently, because I didn't even know he was on vinyl.
It's available. You can go to Criminal Records. No,
Criminal Records.
go to Moods Music. It's black owned.
Where's that at?
It's in Little 5 Point. So you know
nice.
where it's okay. So Ragorama, the bike shop.
Yes.
Moods Music,
Okay, but I know what that's at.
Okay.
and he be having this like literally like the most random stuff. Like it's
I didn't even know that was a record store over there. That's so cool. Good
well,
to
he
know.
just sells music. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
have like the most extensive
Yeah.
like vinyl collection, but he sells like old CDs. Like my parents been going to him for years. Like since I was.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's so cool.
And he sells like CDs, he sells mixes, he sells just, musical
Everything.
things.
No, yeah, like
musical things.
music things
You also
that make
get candles.
sounds.
Maybe you can get Nick from Niggas to Gods in there. Maybe you can get Becoming.
Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
just black shit.
Black,
Yeah.
black shit.
Things
Negro
that black
music.
people like to have in their house.
Incense.
That's pretty dope, though.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite song off of that Lucky Day album?
Okay, so I don't actually know the songs. I just let it play.
Listen. Just hum it, baby. I know what it is.
Okay. I don't know that either.
Oh, so you're just
And that's okay.
It's fine.
Because literally
I couldn't
my
tell
first
you the
time
name
listening-
of a Lucky Day song. He looked good
But actually,
You guys,
black,
it's crazy because I'm such a stan.
and he's singing.
I know every single song.
I'm gonna show up every time.
I'm crying. I'm so mad at you.
like
Actually,
that album, that was my first time.
it's such a
also.
beautiful album. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'm dead.
He was in a cult?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was in a cult and he ended up leaving his cult, but he was on American Idol and he talked about that though. But he
Did
had
y'all
a-
know I just found out that he was
That's what he got-
36.
This is too
It's
much.
crazy. We
This
really
is
don't-
information
No,
overload.
no.
Are we overstimulating you?
Listen.
I'm so sorry.
What I thought about when I found out that Lucky Day was 36 is I was like, we need more niggas that are in their 30s singing R&B music. Because when
actually,
these
yeah, I
20s
definitely agree with
niggas are
that.
singing R&B music, I get a lot of that they hate women
I think
Yeah,
that
they're-
and themselves.
yeah, they do.
How do you feel about Giveon?
He hates women.
I actually
That
have a
nigga
tweet.
said.
I got a tweet that went viral on TikTok that I was talking about Giveon because I said short niggas are. I should have known Giveon was small because short niggas are little magical song elves. And then niggas Googled how tall he was and he dead ass. Was
I
like
think
5'5".
his music is good, but I do
is he?
think there's
short.
like, some
There's a level of
underlying
disconnect.
tones happening there.
Well, I
it's
think
not
he
all
cheated on
about
Justine Scott.
Yeah,
he
definitely
did cheat on
I think he
Justine
definitely
Sky. She should smack the shit out of that nigga. She taller than him too.
did. Imagine a nigga smaller than you that cheats on you. Like I'm putting that nigga in the closet.
That's what they be doing.
I don't
No
know.
matter
and
what the
he's
height is.
he's a R&B
Nigga, a
nigga.
coochie elf.
Honestly,
Honestly, I don't think like when I look at him, I'm not like he fine as hell.
He's
I'm just
really
not
not
getting
not.
it from him.
he not used to getting bitches, and now he getting bitches, and he don't have no self control.
That's exactly what it is.
That's
and he's
what's
sing,
happening.
and he's singing look like a Disney prince, but not like.
And I'm not afraid to meet Giveon if he
Yes.
if he hears these words
giving
and he
Disney
sees
Prince
me.
vibes.
He looks
can
like the
confront me
black
about it.
version
I'm
of
not-
John Smith.
He
Couldn't he be if Pocahontas?
Heartbreak Anniversary, my
Damn.
song though. I be titties out,
And that nigga
crying
literally
tears.
dressed like John Smith.
Singing
He
to
be
that
wearing
song.
deerskin
Just the
jackets for
day
no
that you
reason.
left me.
Imagine if Where John Smith? He was from. Where was he from?
John Smith? I think he was a Spanish man.
John Smith was the Pocahontas nigga.
Yeah, but he was Spanish. Like, he's from Spain. But like, that's a real story. He's not a made-up character. No, he's a real man from Spain.
And he was terrible. He got that girl. She ended up moving with that nigga. He got beheaded.
Pocahontas is 13.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
She ended up getting beheaded.
Because she ended up...
Pocahontas too?
She ended up finding another person. His name was John Rolfe.
I remember he had red
hair. None of these were her actual lovers. These were all her conquerors and her oppressors. These were white men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Yep, she sure was.
Pocahontas was 13 when he came. She really was.
Niggas made her 22 and sexualized. You gotta
read the actual story, because Disney Channel is like, I can feel the colors of the wind. Okay, that bitch was.
You know what my song was? Like, yeah.
What did the tree sing? When the tree started singing, I was in tears.
Look, Colors of the Wind.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
Every time I see leaves go like this, I'll be like, bitch, there go Pocahontas, bitch.
I did not know the Pocahontas.
I hear like that. Damn. No, Pocahontas had a terrible life. Honestly, death to all white conquerors. Not like, well, I'm not saying like president.
Nah, for real. Like, fuck them niggas. Oh, I'm sorry. You be trying to get me radical, and then when I get radical, you be like, no, we gonna dial it back a little bit.
No, you can say niggas for sure. We niggas. But like the whole premise is, it's like, you don't be radical. You be ready to anarchy. Like,
okay, and like, is anarchy not radical?
It's not bad.
It's like the real far. It's the far side of radicalness.
I got my glasses on today. I can't even be radical.
I'm a black woman with an afro living in America. Period. It ain't nothing more radical than that.
I'm crying. Okay, speaking of radical, let's actually talk about EarGardn.
Yeah.
So we're drinking wine today, obviously, because wine is made of grapes, and grapes are a plant, and we're here with Brie of EarGardn.
Yes.
So yes. What kind of you guys got? Cabernet, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So they're drinking Cabernet, and I'm drinking white wine because for some reason red wine just takes me there. So I'm just.
She be screaming. She literally starts yelling.
I'm like, I fucking love it here. I love all of you.
So tell us a little bit more about EarGardn and some of the initiatives that you've, started, and some of the activations that you've had so far.
Because I went to one of your events, but the line was so wrapped around the corner.
Which one was it?
I think it was the one that you had. It was like, it wasn't too far. Yeah, no, it wasn't too far from. Did you have one off Moreland or close to Moreland?
I had one off Old Fourth Ward. At the skate park.
I had, yes, bruh.
So you know what's crazy? Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna grow my damn plant myself. Shit.
Listen, I have it. Okay, so first of all, my name is Brie. I actually started an Instagram page called EarGardn because I thought that I wanted to be a music blogger. And so my dad's an artist, right? And so me and my dad are in his studio, and I'm like, I'm gonna start a music blog. I'm gonna go to concerts and I'm gonna write about my experience. But it was like the writing part. I didn't think I wasn't thinking writing, right? And I'm like, actually, I don't want to write, but I had already changed my Instagram name, so I'm like, I'm just have to keep it. And so, but then I was like,
she was like, fuck.
I was like, okay, I don't want to actually write, so that's out. But I really like music, so I started this page called EarGardn, and then I just had my normal page.
That's such a good name for a music blog, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
So I was like, I'm not blogging, so next. So then I had really got into plants, and I would I would make playlists all the time, and I would post those playlists on my Instagram. And then I had moved into my first apartment, and I got all these plants. And so it kind of worked out because I was like, well, I'm sharing these playlists and I have plants. And then I started talking about plant care, and then it just really blew up. And I was like, what's crazy is that I actually didn't think that I didn't think it was going to turn into something that is so big as it is now. Because when I first started it, I was like, damn, I just want plants to be at parties. Because the way that I feel at home with all my plants in my house, I want everybody to feel like that everywhere. So I was like, I'm going to start bringing plants to parties. And my friend Chelsea was like, how you going to do that? I was like, I don't know, but I am. And what's crazy is I actually did that a couple times. I was like, I did installations at parties.
That's awesome.
And it was like a plant room. But anyway, so.
Manifestation queen.
But I literally I was like, what does this even mean? What you mean you're going to bring plants to parties? But, so I started EarGardn. I started talking about plant care on my page. Then I started having classes. I started teaching classes, virtual classes during the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, I started this event called Free Plants, which literally was just a tweet.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm going to give plants away for free.
That shit was going crazy.
But it went viral, and I literally only had 100 plants.
I remember.
And by 100 plants, I mean, like, I had a whole bunch of bottles because I would collect. I was serving and bartending at this restaurant in East Atlanta, and I was like, everyone just save bottles because I'm going to use these for propagations.
Ooh,
so the bottles that I had
sustainable
was
queen.
all that I had. I was like, I'm just going to give away propagations. But the post went viral. And I'm like, I think I'm going to need more than 100 bottles. And I was like, but I'd already put on Twitter that I was going to do it on So, okay, let me start over. So I started an event. I'm sorry, let me start.
Bring it back.
I started an event called Free Plants ATL because I wanted people. I used to always say, like, plants need to be accessible for everyone because they can be expensive. And I wanted houseplants to just be houseplant knowledge, houseplants themselves to be accessible to everybody. And I was like, you can't act like you this radical person if you're not giving it out for free. So I was like, I'm going to start
Radical
not,
bitches.
Not us all being like problematic in our own way.
I'm like, if
Fuck
you're
a
not going to
problem.
give it to people, then
I
you're
create
not really
solution.
serious.
I'm a medic.
See, being radical, it's finding a problem and creating solutions. These bitches don't want solutions.
They want to talk about it.
Especially for black people. Not for free. Look at her.
But
Radical.
I'm like, so if
Radical
I
black
keep saying
woman.
that I want black people to experience, and obviously this is not a new thing. A whole bunch of people have houseplants. But I
Not
just
you
wanted
being the Black Panther of plants.
But I wanted everyone to have them, right? And I'm like, you deserve this for free because plants are dope and we're in a pandemic and life sucks right now. And so I was like, I need to give these plants out for free. And so I had like 100 plants and the post went viral and I was like, fuck. So I have a good relationship with a lot of different plant shops in Atlanta because I shop at them all the time and then I post about them all the time and I have a large following, so you know how that goes. So I'm literally like 3 a.m. like, hey, it's your girl Bree, EarGardn. Can I have
demons,
some
it's your girl.
plants? And I ended up getting like 400 plants.
Oh my God.
And so what's crazy is like I had, so I posted about it on Tuesday. On Sunday, okay, so I'm an Aries moon. So I need to like
Shake it up, y'all.
Like we need to do this shit. If I don't do it now, I'm not doing it. Like so,
love
I said
fire
on
signs.
Tuesday, and we need to do it on Sunday because if I say next week, I'm gonna forget. I'm not doing it right. So I pull up to Old Fourth Ward Park on Sunday, and then I hit my friend up. I was like, I need a flyer tomorrow. She was like, you do this every time, Briana. I'm like, I know, but this is a big deal.
Nigga, help.
So I put the flyer out and it gets like thousands of shares on Instagram. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even think I have enough plants. But anyway, I pull up to the event on Sunday and I'm there 30 minutes early. It's me and like 5 of my friends. And we got like 2 little tables and and I'm like, we pull up and my friend was like, I think that line's for you. And I'm like, no, it starts at
Ain't
4.
no way, boy.
I was like, it starts at 4. It's 3:30. Like no one's here yet. And he was like, Bree, these people are here for you. And I was like, the line was so long, I was overwhelmed. It was probably like 500 people in that line.
I got out that Uber, saw that line, got right back in the Uber. Went to go pick up my friend. My friend met me on the corner. He said, goodness gracious, is this
It
for
was
this?
so many people. I was like, it was crazy because I never thought that like an event. This is my first ever event also. Like I don't have any event production. I literally had 2 tables, 2 fold out tables and some plants. Like no organization, nothing. And then, so yeah, a lot of people didn't get plants. I am so sorry for the people who didn't get plants. I'm so sorry.
Be all right.
A lot of people didn't get
You
plants.
wasn't expecting it to
I
go
wasn't
mega
expecting
viral.
that.
Yeah.
So then on the next one, I had it at West End Park. And that one was a little bit more organized. We had more tables. I had a crew. People had T-shirts. We was ready, right? Mm-hmm. I had 750 plants. It was 1,500 people there.
God damn.
Bruh.
It started pouring. People were still waiting
That
in
is
line.
amazing.
But
I was shook. And then I got to be on NPR because like someone
is
who
so
was on
fire.
NPR was there and they were like, oh, we need to do like a story on this. And I was so dope because I got to be on
I would fucking
NPR.
gag.
That is
Oh my
amazing.
God. NPR is so, I love NPR.
and it was a closer look. I was like, Rose Scott, yo, this is a big deal. This is Rose Scott.
NPR
That's
is
a
amazing.
huge
Oh my
deal.
God, that's so cool.
Hey,
So that's like
1,500
that-
people
that's
coming out
crazy.
for plants. Like
That's so fucking crazy.
It was honestly like, I was like, this is so dope because you just never know. I just never thought that something like that, I never thought that I would even have an event. Like, cause I wasn't, yeah, I had houseplant classes and stuff and they would sell out, you know, my houseplant classes would sell out or whatever. But I never thought it was going to be an event where like 1,500 people came. And then it just garnered so much attention. It's been really dope. So I can't wait to see what I do next year with it.
You can never underestimate the power of your influence. That's why I think a lot of people, what upsets me a lot nowadays. People are like, y'all be having imaginary haters, rock this and that. And I'm like, you don't understand that, like, people actually make moves within their communities. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you do matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like when you see stuff like that, I would be overstimulated too, because it's like we don't really get our flowers while we're here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people aren't often like celebrated, and we don't really get that validation a lot of times. So it's like when you see it like firsthand, you're like, fuck, I could do this. Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was so cool because it was just like, it's such a simple concept. It's just like, I didn't want it to be about, I didn't want it to be about selling things, because people were like, you had a lot of people at your last event. Can I set up a booth? And then like as much as I wanted to say yes, because
people want to turn everything into like a transactional.
But my thing is like, I want people to be able to. Everyone says like nothing is free in life, but like I want people to experience that at some point. You know what I mean? So it's just like, no, literally, I need nothing from you. Like I just want to give you these plants. And being able to do that was really good, especially because when I first got started on my plant journey, I was wasting money on plants, just buying them and killing them. And I wish somebody would have gave me some for free. But
that's community. Yeah. That's what happens when you get into a better place. You're supposed to like network across and just network upward and try to help people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you build a foundation to build that rapport with people. But people don't understand that. They think that everything has to be so transactional, but it's not always.
It doesn't have to be transactional. And also like my spirit, like to this day, even though that was last summer, I get so like overwhelmed with joy because as much as other people were happy with me doing it, I was really proud of myself for doing that. So to be able to actually like affect people's lives, because I was with my friend Mark. We went to I know Mark. I've shot with him a few times. Mark B. Wavy?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mark is one of my really good friends.
Best.
Mark is the best. And we went
Shout out Mark, y'all.
Shout out Mark. He does all my photography for EarGardn.
Oh, yeah, shout out him. He got to ask me about my camera. He does a lot of camera stuff, too, so y'all check him out.
He fa. And so we were at Carroll Street Cafe, and one of the servers there was like, oh, my God, my only living plant is the plant that I got from Free Plant.
I would literally throw up and cry.
I was like, stop playing with me.
That's so beautiful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just doing a lot you're doing a lot to create, that type of community, which is, I think, is very dope. You know what I'm saying? Because people think that everything has to be like, oh, well, let me sell this to somebody or let me get behind this. But it's like, you can still get money from things that you enjoy while also helping people.
And it's like, in some things, I feel like, like in the society we live in, everything is money driven. And it's like, you need to make $1. Or how can you sell? Or
people want to monetize
or what
everything.
If you would have sold the plant for $5 and 750 people would have came? And it's just like, financially, I know that no matter what I do, I'm going to be taken care of. And it's like, not even that
money
I'm doing
flows to her abundantly. That's that Taurus. She a Taurus sun, y'all.
Like,
that's something about y'all and money. I don't know what the fudge it is, but y'all can go to sleep and wake up with some money. I don't know. Please give me some.
I be getting blessed. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying, like, money flows to you easily and abundantly. That's the mantra to have, really, honestly.
And everything's not going to be about like, okay, it's like I do this thing now, and like literally 5 seconds later I get money for it. Some things it's like, everything doesn't work like that. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it's like you do this thing here, and then like maybe 2 years down the line, 6 months, 3 months, 2 weeks, you get an influx. But it's because that energy you put out there.
Because things aren't supposed to decrease from you sharing them. That's the thing. I think that people understand. People don't understand that, and I think people look at like giving things to people or being that type of considerate person as it's taking away from me. But it's like anytime I do something nice for somebody, it helps me, because I would never want to see somebody in that position to where they would have to crawl upward when they can just get a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they could just be handed kindness.
And you know what? Something my dad told me that I'll never forget this. I was like 21 and he told me. And like a whole bunch of stuff in my life was going great. And I got really nervous. Because like when stuff start going great, right? You be like, oh. Then the pandemic happened.
Right.
No, yeah.
Right. So stuff was going great for me. I was like 21. So that was 8 years ago. He told me this, and I'll never forget. And he was like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm just nervous. Like, so many good things are happening. And he was like, when you make deposits into like the bank of life, you can't be surprised when it's time for you to make withdrawals.
And you get blessed, yeah.
And I was like,
that's the thing.
I was like, that's all I needed to hear.
Exactly.
And sometimes like you make deposits and you get the withdrawals later, but that's okay.
And I think that's what we like. I think maybe it's like a Western mindset, kind of a way we operate on reward system when it goes to extending kindness or just genuine, like, just genuine family type, community type things to people because of how we perceive society. So it's like we're so used to being like operating a reward system like, okay, well, if I give this homeless man money, I'm going to get blessed. Or if I'm help this girl out, I'm going to get blessed. So people get upset when good things don't happen to them immediately.
Instant gratification.
Exactly. So
that's
it's
what
like
people expect.
Exactly. People expect that. And it's like, what area of your heart and your mind are you giving from to where you believe that everything must be rewarded? And you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but then like my thing is like if you like take like a moment out of every part of your day to every day just to be grateful, you realize like you are rewarded. Like if you wake up,
I have a gratitude journal.
Reward.
I have a journal that
we're in a pandemic and you woke up without COVID. That's a reward.
I started to do that. Like I started to have 2 separate journals. I would have a gratitude journal and then a journal where I would work on my affirmations and like things that I want from my life. And my gratitude journal, I would just like thank the people who are in my life. And of course I vocalize that, like now I've gotten better about vocalizing that. But I just write down the things that I'm happy for. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm 26 now. Like there's a lot of things that have happened to me in my life that I couldn't even fathom at 20 or 21 years old. So I go back to my gratitude journal. I've had it since like 2016. And I just think about the things that I manifested for myself and the people who've come into my life and taught me so many different things about friendship and my interpersonal relationships and like about love and being a better person. And it's like I'm very appreciative. So it doesn't always have to be tangible things, Right. So I feel like I've learned so much and grown so much to where it's like that makes me so emotional to know that people took a chance on me or that I took a chance on myself to fight for my peace and my happiness. Like you got to be grateful for that type of stuff.
You have to be grateful.
I love it.
You have to be grateful.
I'm really overwhelmed with just like the thought that like you had an idea, you didn't even mean to like market,
right?
You didn't mean to market it the way that you did.
Didn't mean to.
That's natural. That's
the ADHD in me might not have done it. I might have been like, I forgot I even said I was thinking.
We keep having people on here that have ADHD. We do as well. It's just really interesting. I don't know. There's some correlations happening here, but
this is such a good podcast. I love our show.
I'm so overwhelmed by just the fact that like your marketing was so on point. Like I saw your campaign.
I'm trying to find
your
it now.
Campaign. I liked your campaign. I shared your campaign. Didn't even know who you were at the time, but just the way that you presented it, it was just a no-brainer. And that's what they call it in the marketing industry. It's just a no-brainer. Like, why the fuck would people not show up and support this and love this? And you didn't even mean for that to be the thing. You literally just wanted to give people an experience. And I just think that's so beautiful to just be just such a giving person in like a time where like,
especially during COVID. That's what I'm saying. That's what shifted so much with COVID. Like,
how could you even find that type of how could you find that type of generosity, like, in yourself, like, in a time like that? That's, like, amazing to me.
No.
I felt like what's crazy is that, like, so I kind of had a pretty decently large following for a minute, but then during the pandemic, it really blew up because everyone was at home and a lot of people were getting into plants, and I already had, like, an established following. And so as I was posting, I feel like that kind of, like, showed me how real I was as a person, because my page wasn't just about plants. It was just also about like activism in my own way. And it made me realize it's like, okay, so, this is another thing. So during the pandemic, I started something called Plant School, which is like the virtual class for the new plant parent. And we donated, we raised, me and another business owner, she does plant installations. Her name is Mariah of Greenpeace out of Brooklyn. And we started something called Plant School. And I had called her, I was like, I want to raise money for whatever, people who need it. You know what I mean? I was like, this is a really hard time right now. I want to raise money for people who need it. And because I really felt like, I was like, look, even though I don't have like 1 million followers, I do have a decent following.
You have a platform still.
Yeah, it's like I have a platform and I want to do something with that. And so during the pandemic, we started Plant School, and it was basically like just teaching virtual classes about how to take care of your plants, like for new plant parents. And we raised over $11,000, and we donated, on the first class we donated 100% of the funds, and on the second ones we had to do 74% because I need something, because I put effort into this,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the post now.
But yeah, so it was like
I'm so dead.
But yeah, it was just really, for me to be able to do that, it's like I just wanted to do something because I was having a really hard time during the pandemic, and I was like, I just need to do something outside of me. And also I was like, look, I have plants and I'm very passionate about plants, but how can I turn this into something tangible for someone else's life? You know what I mean? And so just like being able to raise that money, it's like 11 grand, like at that point, I had never even had 11 grand in my own account.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like, what the fuck? And then, but it was just like, you know what? Like, why not? And so we had donated to all kind of foundations, and then we started our own, we did this for one of them where basically like people who needed help with their bills, like black people who needed help with their bills, we would just send them money for their bills. Like they would tell us what it was, and we'd send them money for whatever bill.
Oh my God, you're so dope.
But it was just cool because I was like, any idea? I feel like during the pandemic, like when we were really at home, I was like, any idea that I had, I felt like I was low key doing it, except the merch. But I'm gonna do that soon.
No, you got it.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like I felt like I was doing it, and it was really nice because I felt like I got to positively affect other people's lives and my own. I was like, damn, I feel dope for doing this.
I'm saying, like,
it's about them, but it's also about me at the same time.
I have that tatted on my back. I have that tatted on my back. It's a Buddhist quote. I feel like I talk about this like once a week. Every time we talk about podcasts.
What it say, Nick? What it say?
Happiness never decreases from being shared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Literally, it does not decrease from you giving it to other people, especially like during a tough, like the pandemic. We're still in that shit, but the pandemic was so crazy. It was hitting people so badly. That's when everybody was trying to make the quarantine was, and the people just tried to make it seem. People tried to dumb it down and make it seem as if people getting into plants and getting more into like their home and stuff like that was just silly. And I was just like, people don't understand that plants have healing properties.
Yeah,
you know, not only that, but like I grew up. My mom has an intense green thumb. She used to garden. I used to be out in the garden with my mom, and then she would have tons of houseplants, and she would speak to her plants. And they would be affected by how she would pour her energy into them. And I don't think people understand that. So it's like they give so much. Like, just if we didn't have any plants, we wouldn't be able to live, honestly.
And exactly.
Like,
and I feel like it's like, for me, and this really could be a Taurus thing, because my girlfriend's a Taurus too, and we're very similar in this way. Like, if my home is not together, if it doesn't feel right,
that's a Taurus
I am
thing.
Not together. Like,
y'all are home niggas.
I cannot. If my house is messy, if it's not together, I at my core am like, something is wrong. And I just felt like, you know, home decor can be very expensive. I mean, if you want something real nice, home decor is very expensive. But I feel like
one of them super DIY bitches.
That ain't me.
That's hard.
I want to be one of those so bad.
I really,
oh my God.
like, in theory, I'm like, I'm one of those. No, you're not, Briana.
No, bro.
No.
That's okay.
No.
It's fine.
I thought that the other day,
you don't even
girl.
want to put a IKEA piece of furniture together.
Girl,
DIY
Halloween
is harder.
humbled me.
I'm like, it's not me, but I felt like plants is a way for people to have like very, you know, healing type of homes, like a home that it looks really dope without having to like break the bank just on, you know, a credenza or a bed or some shit.
People have made it like, that's why we were just talking about sneakers earlier. Same way that sneakers are kind of getting inaccessible, it's kind of breaching over to like plants. Because I see
breaching over to everything.
Everything is too
everything
expensive.
is a commodity, and it's just like,
because once the quarantine hit and people started buying plants, I started to see like plants get up in price, and I was like,
well, the plant, that was for a couple of reasons though, because like, you know, I feel like it put a lot of strain on growers.
Oh, of course, yeah, probably did, of course,
yeah. And then a lot of people are starting plant businesses, so during the quarantine, so like, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to, you know, want to do a plant pop up, or I want to have a plant shop, and so, you know, a lot of people get their plants from, you know, the same growers.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, if everybody's at home, I mean, everybody buy plants, which means this is gonna, you know, cost more and all.
I definitely understand that for sure.
But I mean, there's definitely, you know, when things are commodified,
people are selling exclusivity, because at the end of the day, the way that the pandemic happened and the way that quarantine happened, and now we're still living in the pandemic, people want to enjoy spaces in a safer way. They want to enjoy things in a safer way. So I feel like people are selling exclusivity.
People are selling
everything.
Yeah, people are selling experience with everything. I knew it was bad when niggas put a section in the hole in the wall. Okay, like,
hold on, what?
The club in Buckhead.
They have sections.
They have bottle girls now.
You're lying.
I'm so serious.
Hole in the wall used to have free
hole
beer.
Hole in the wall is literally a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
They give out free beer.
Okay, our phones are listening. But anyway,
leave us alone.
Like, what happened?
But yeah, they started putting sections in bottle girls and that shit.
I'm kidding.
And that club is disgusting.
If y'all don't know, if y'all don't live in Atlanta, Hole in the Wall is like this club in Buckhead that's like
disgusting.
Honestly, it's a damn hoedown.
They used to give out free beer.
It's such an ugly club.
They got bottle girls in section.
They got bottle girls though. I was like,
where are we doing?
What is the vibe? They have white couches now too?
Bruh, I don't know. I said, boy, ain't no way, boy. Cause that place,
ain't no way, boy.
I was like, bro, this I was deplorable. I seen it on Twitter. I said, bro, now I know for a fact niggas are trying to turn Atlanta into LA.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think about like this new? Because I feel like Atlanta obviously we've always had clubs because that's where most of the music breaks. Yeah. But I feel like we were known for having like a club vibe in spaces that are not clubby, like. For example, Sound Table, Mother, any bar that was on Edgewood.
Rest in peace.
All these spaces are literal bars, but anytime you go there on a Friday or Saturday, it's giving club vibes. And I feel like since the pandemic is open and all those mom and pop places have closed.
It's more exclusive now.
Now people are like in the club.
You have to get a reservation for dinner.
It's giving very much LA.
Yeah, so it's like, please don't bring that LA shit here, nigga. We're the country,
Atlanta
nigga. I don't got time for that shit. We're the South.
It's turning.
And it's turning. It's going to turn me the fuck off.
It's turning me away.
It really is, honestly, because it's like I wanted to have a family here one day. And when I say a family, maybe a dog and maybe a man that I tolerate. But like I wanted to have a family in a small house somewhere. But it's ridiculous because I feel like I couldn't even create that here because this is not home. It doesn't look like home to me anymore. And I came to Atlanta in 2001, right before 9/11. So it's like I saw so much
black.
Like it was very black.
It's still very black.
It was very black, very affluent, but there was so much raw development here. So it's like seeing it turn into what it is now, and seeing so many
Black
people.
Hollywood.
Exactly, but it makes me very upset because people don't understand that black people do have a hand in gentrification. And the fucked up part to me is that these people don't really pour back into our communities. They kind of just displace us. Because I have a lot of people that I know personally whose grandparents have lived places for 30, 40 years. And have been displaced.
And that's why I'm so adamant about people like actually, and voting doesn't solve most things. Let's just be honest.
The video I sent you with Kasim Reed.
But yeah, that's why I'm so adamant about people actually doing their research, because voting is maybe, the groundwork. Maybe not even the foundation. Maybe them just like digging up the trees and stuff and like laying the ground so that the foundation can go.
It just makes me sad.
And I just feel like that's why I am so adamant about not electing officials just because they are black.
Yeah.
You have to read their policies, because all politicians do a lot of telling you what you want to hear.
Facts.
And then when you go and actually read their policies, look at the things that they have backed, the community initiatives. It's like, baby, it's giving put black people in jail, put up more surveillance cameras,
more police.
Not for the reason of body cams, but literally to give out more traffic violations. Like, come on, you're trying to put people in jail, and all skin folk ain't kin folk. That's why you gotta read, man.
You have to practice your discernment heavily.
If we just went off of Instagram and like who's more likable, Kasim Reed would be in the running for mayor.
The nigga 4PF, he was in the club with Lil Baby.
And that's okay because we fuck with Lil Baby.
Yeah, 4PF.
But at the same time, if we were voting strictly off of likability, we would have so many people in office who are just willing to do whatever it takes.
They would literally have niggas in office because they thick.
Yeah,
they'd
just
be like,
to make back
girls from Magic
deals,
City.
Just to make back end deals that are self-serving. Like, Kasim Reed is obviously a black man. He has a black ass name.
She about to start, y'all.
Okay, yeah.
But that has nothing to do with anything.
But exactly, it has
very
nothing to do with anything.
Like, just the way that he brought
white-minded.
Just by putting the battery
office for personal gain, and he's done it before. Like, this is not his first term. Like,
I just feel like Atlanta to me is.
I love the city, but man,
I love Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. Like, I am an OG ATL.
You a Grady baby?
I am not.
Oh, most people
you
are
every baby.
Most people are not Grady babies.
So people
were born
in
Decatur, and
people be trying to Atlanta.
I was born in Bronx,
right?
New York, Jacoby Hospital.
So the thing is, I wasn't born in Atlanta off because of a technicality, because my mom was in the military at the time. But I came back here 3 months, and my family's from Georgia.
No, you from Atlanta, baby.
But I'm from Atlanta because I've been here since I was 3 months.
People be trying to tell me that I'm not from Atlanta because I moved for high school and then came back.
No, you're from Atlanta.
But I'm from Atlanta, and I don't care what y'all are saying. I'm still going to come back.
Like,
and
I've been here since I was 4 years old. I'm definitely from Atlanta.
Because people be trying to tell me, like they'll be like, I'm from Atlanta. Oh, what high school did you go to? North Atlanta High School.
Don't try me.
Oh, what middle school?
MLK, Arabian Mountain, bitch.
Like.
Yeah, I didn't go to high school.
What you mean?
What
high school you went to? North Atlanta. Where'd you go? And they be like Cedar Grove.
Boy, stop.
I mean, that's definitely some Atlanta shit though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Miller Grove, Cedar Grove, MLK, like Stevenson.
But they, like,
Towers, like all of that shit.
Towers. I used to play Towers.
I just don't
Towers
feel
used to be dangerous
I
as
just
shit.
don't understand the pressing about the
Dangerous as fuck.
being gone to high school.
Again,
here,
like you
going
said
to a
earlier, people are
specific
trying
high
to do that
school.
exclusivity shit. Like, my nigga, we're like black people. When people, well, there's a distinct difference between the East Side and from East Atlanta, of course.
Atlanta
but
don't
it's
have
like
enough gangs.
people
That's what
trying
it
to,
is.
yeah, we don't really. People try to,
It's like high school.
people try to
Niggas be
zone
trying
check.
gang nigga zone.
It's not that, to me. It's
not
not
that serious.
To me, it's
Never
not that
that
serious
serious.
though. But if you from the, but I'm about to say if you're from the West Side, you're dangerous. But I'm wearing a West Side sweatshirt. I actually got this up the street at West Side Provisions, like
Nah, people
from a white woman.
I'm not gonna lie, people
cannot.
from
I
the
bought this
West
from a
Side
white
are
woman.
different, but I
Yeah.
still fuck with y'all.
Yeah,
There's a
niggas
lot
on
of
the East
duality
Side-
over there.
East Side is
East Side
different.
niggas, we dance
Everyone's
and shoot,
different.
but West Side niggas will kick your door in.
Now shoot out.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
me
Soldier
get
Boy. Was
Let me
he
get
living in Atlanta at any point?
I-
Because
he
I
might
really
have
feel like
been.
he's so heavily influenced by like.
But is he like a Memphis
Everyone
nigga?
is.
Yeah, everybody's heavily influenced by us. They
That's
don't want
what it is.
People don't want to give us credit because we're the
Atlanta
South.
influences everything.
We
But
do.
and I feel like now, like new Atlanta, I just feel like I can always tell when someone's like not from here.
I can smell it off of them.
And I feel like the thing is, one thing that I really appreciate about growing up in Atlanta is that no one was like intellectualizing supporting black. That was just
Yes.
that's just who
what
we
you were
are.
doing.
Let me
That's
tell
just
you
who we
what's
are.
That's how it was. Your
Yeah.
neighbor. That's your neighbor.
I feel
It's not
like
that hard.
Like
I
your
feel
lawyer
like
is black,
before
your doctor is black.
everyone who was moving to Atlanta was like proximity to Atlanta. It was Louisiana, Mississippi,
Exactly.
Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolinas, North Carolinas, maybe a couple Floridas. I feel like now we're getting a lot of LA. We're getting
Yeah,
a lot
say
of
y'all asses
Chicago.
where y'all at, please.
We're getting a lot of New York, and that's okay.
No.
But don't come here
energy
and
is
try
different.
to get onto this black wave and make it seem like this is just some new special ass experience that just started with Black Lives Matter, all that stuff. Like, no, nigga.
Or like you're doing
we've
someone a
been
favor.
here.
You niggas is faux black. I ain't got time for that
Exactly.
shit. Stay in LA, nigga.
We've been here.
You smell like the beach.
It's always growing up in Atlanta.
I don't
seeing
give a
black
fuck.
people being
Like,
doctors, seeing black people being lawyers, seeing black people
niggas
make money in the music industry.
Niggas used to pull up to Arabian Mountain in Range Rovers. Their moms are literally the lawyers to the housewives, to Bobby Browns and shit
it's
like that.
people
like,
who are ex-strippers
You know what I'm
out
saying?
here
Like,
that got more money than
that's what I'm
niggas
saying.
with real ass jobs.
Exactly. Like,
Black wealth exists here, and not only black wealth, just black experience.
Like,
And also
excellence,
just
like-
that's one thing I really like about Atlanta, because I feel like a lot of people come to Atlanta and they're like, it's black wealth, it's black, just very money.
No, we got broke
things.
niggas here.
and
It's
that's
just
important.
black.
Like, you do want to see black wealth. Okay, we get that. That's important. But my thing is, like, I feel like when you're talking to people who are from Atlanta, it's just a very like it's comfortable, and that's one thing that I feel like. Even if I go to another city and I'm in an environment where I am around a lot of black people, it's just not as comfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel
I'd say
like
the only place
a lot
I felt
of
like that
people
was
come
DC.
here. Yes, DC has
DC's
that
the
too.
only place that had that for me.
But
African as fuck out there.
I feel like in other cities like LA, it's not.
They don't have that sense of community. They don't.
And also, like, in Atlanta was a place, because it used to be a lot more inexpensive, where everything was not about survival mode with everybody.
Yeah.
Well, like in New York or in LA and New York and San Francisco,
they've
like,
always had
that's
that-
very
that
survival
competitive-
mode.
yeah,
You're
they've had
fucking
that competitive-
competitive and you're snaking niggas constantly
Exactly.
just to make a check
and they're
pay
trying
your
to bring
rent
that
this
energy
month.
here, and it's like they're trying to bring that energy here, and that's why I'm just like, y'all need to get in where the fuck y'all fit in, because that's not the type of energy we have. Atlanta supports Atlanta. She had 1,500 people show up and only had 750 plants off of social media.
And they
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
still stayed and still showed up.
You know
And
what I'm
they did
saying?
it. It's like I feel like one thing is, I don't want everything to be about like the look of things, and
That's what it is.
and-
Everything is becoming an aesthetic type thing, and I'm
it's
just like,
no, like you can. And then also, like, what's weird is, though, I feel like, I don't know if this is just a new age thing or this is just like people from other cities moving here. One thing that is weird to me is, like, if you have a following, people will literally treat you different.
Yeah, we know.
Or like people
Terrible.
will be like I remember I met this dude at my friend's birthday party, and he was like, "You look cool. What do you do?" And I was like, "I just be
What the fuck?
I was like,
no, literally, nigga, I've had people tell that to me multiple different times.
like, stop
bro.
fucking playing with me."
Literally, bro. Literally, people were like, "Oh, okay, you look interesting. What do you do?" I tell niggas, I started to tell niggas I exist. Stop fucking asking me that shit. Stop
I was like,
asking
I
me
be
that.
doing stuff in Atlanta. Like,
That
I
should be
existing.
irritating me. Like, who gives a fuck, nigga? I'm at this party with these celebrities just like you, drinking this cheap ass, inexpensive, watered down liquor, nigga.
And it's just like
too much.
everything doesn't. I feel like that's kind of where everything is about
What can you do for me?
What can you do for me? And it's like, I don't want my friendships and all my relationships to be transactional.
I've been talking about this all week on Twitter. Like, it's just been making me so irritated because I've been experiencing the same thing. And it's like everything has become so transactional. It's like I'm very intentional about my friendships, and I want people that pour into me. So it's like I might do a few things that might help you, but I don't want to base my friendship off of what I could do for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the same way that I had approached Tay just to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Like we just
ended up doing this. We actually really like each other.
That's what I'm saying.
And
so
a lot of people don't
together.
get that though. Like they think that I'm like, it's so many things that can come out of just you like fucking with
people
somebody.
are so disingenuous with their approach. It's just I can't.
And my thing is like I look at the way people operate, like how do you operate your own situation? You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm very like of course I want to make money. I make money. I want to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But everything is not about that, and some things are just literally about community. And if you if you don't have like that community consciousness, like I can't.
People want to monetize friendships. That's why I really appreciate Issa Rae, because Issa Rae always talks about networking across, and I feel like I can have people that elevate and pour into me in my life, but I do not feel like I have to approach people from a transactional standpoint. And I feel like we might be able to offer each other something, of course, but it's like we have to mesh energetically, and that's okay for me. So it's like I'm okay with not being friends with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like being selectively social and things like that. I feel like I might take me longer to get where I'm getting because I don't want to kiss anybody's ass, but everybody that's in my life is supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's like everything is not about, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I could never say this on
probably
Twitter
not. We're very crazy,
but like everything is not about. Yes, your life is about you. You are the main character. Like things are about your elevation. But I feel like the world that we live in now, everything is about, this is my character development. And that means that I treated you like shit. I learned something from it, which means that I'm a better person.
Between the ghosting, the disrespecting,
like,
the gaslighting, that's exactly what it is. And I try to say that, like, you might be the main character in your life, but you have to be considerate about your gravitational pull in other people's spaces.
And you have to be responsible for
you have to hold yourself accountable. You're sucking people into your energy.
Exactly. I really feel like all of the things that you all have just discussed over the last 3 minutes, it's all about people not being used to seeing that.
Exactly. People have not experienced genuine kindness.
Used to black wealth. So acting like it's just this amazing,
it's taboo. It's not reality.
That's taboo. Like, wow, Atlanta is space. Like,
and
no,
people fear what they don't.
Black people being talented and excellent and monetizing off of it is not some special. It shouldn't be some special thing. It should be how everyone should be able to live. Having friends that you actually like, it should be a thing. It shouldn't always be about, benefiting from the friendship in some way.
But they be having aesthetic friendships and relationships.
That's why I literally was just talking about that shit on Twitter. This girl literally approached me trying to be friends and completely blew me off.
I can't do the aesthetic.
I never understood that. And to come to find out, she wants to be my friend because of the way that I look physically or who I might be hanging out with, and I'm not that type of person.
But
I don't care.
You show an inch of personality, it's like, whoa, bitch. Hold
she was
on.
just like, when she texted me, she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm usually like this with all my friends. I didn't think it was like that. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I was just like, my nigga, if I take time, you know what I'm saying? Like, my time is important, and me spending time with my friends is important. So I feel like if I'm trying to build something with you, you need to be honest about what you want from me. Yeah. Because I just feel like now I'm over here feeling like a dookie head because I'm like, damn, nigga, I wanted to be friends.
And the thing is, shit doesn't have to be weird. Like, the fact that I'm like, I want to start my merch, and you're like, oh, this is it. Like, I can give you this information.
Literally.
That is something that people don't be, like,
that's
I don't
the type
have
of
to
people
prove
that we
my
are.
worth. Like, oh, exactly. Well, if I do this, what does that mean? I'm going to lose.
That's why I fucking love Tay. Tay will be like, my nigga, let me tell you something. Either I can help you or I can't.
I'll give a nigga, I met yesterday, a resource. If you a nigga, I'm giving you resource, and I mean a nigga like a black nigga.
And IGGAR.
If you a nigga, I'm giving you resources because why not?
That's what I'm saying.
What do I lose or gain from not?
I'm
not or helping you.
Bruh, the amount of times I've sent girls literal paragraphs on how to grow influencer space and all types of stuff like that. These things don't take from me because I'm in my own lane. Like, God created me to be myself. He created me to be Nicolay. So there's not anything anybody else could do to challenge me and my self-esteem and my foundation because
these things no competition.
These things belong to me. This is my agency.
This
is my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't make me jealous.
And I feel like the influencer thing can get weird. I was very weird about people calling me an influencer because I'm like, I don't really see influencers do what I'm doing. I just don't. Yeah. Like, I feel like that is a name that they just put on everyone.
It's just a
might
label,
have a
honestly.
Large following, and it's just like, but just a store could have a large following. That don't mean they're you know.
I just say content creator.
Yeah, it's like content creator. I'd rather that or just digital
or like community
we had
activists.
Yeah, we had a community
anything.
like something. I had made some word up. Community something.
Organizer,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, something like that. But
and I feel like with the influencer thing, like I noticed that, like, okay, obviously, like I'm in a house plant type of niche or whatever, and so a lot of times, like I know that companies would hit up several people in the Black woman house plant
sphere,
but it's like I'm not gonna feel weird about that. Like me and one of my internet friends, like we had both did something with Miss Myers, and it's just like I'm not gonna be weird about it. Like it's just like if they ask me, do you know anyone else? Yes, I do. These are the people.
Bro,
like,
that's me as fuck. I literally told her that. I said, Tay, get your hair shit up, bitch. I was like, get your hair shit together, ho, because we about to do some natural hair stuff. That's what I think. That's what I hate so much too, and that's why I feel like it's just like, to me, I feel like it's just a shared experience. I don't feel like you're taking anything from me if we are both like
I feel
notable.
like people think that opportunities are few and far between, and they think that most opportunities are once in a lifetime.
Oh,
so
we talk about this once
when they
a
get
fucking
those
week.
Opportunities, and again, they're not used to shit. They feel like they have to gatekeep or hold that
Exactly.
opportunity or hoard that opportunity for themselves.
People have a crab
And
in
that
a barrel
makes me
mentality,
sad.
but our original place was never the barrel.
If there's a job that I'm offered and they can't give it to me at the rate that I want, or there's a conflict of interest, or there's a conflict in time and I can't do it, I'm sending you 6-7 names of women who are available on that day, of women who have a lower rate than me, of women who are closer to, in proximity to your brand, or I feel like are more aligned with your brand. Why would I not?
Like I was saying, people have People have a crab in a barrel mentality, as if our original place was the barrel. We were in the ocean.
What if you refer
enough
that
space
person?
for everybody.
You refer that person, and they do such an amazing job, and they're like, "Wow, that person did such an amazing job. I'm so glad that so and so connected me with them." Then they circle back to you, and they're like, "Hey, because you actually have connections
People don't think like
with
that, though.
people who have this kind of influence, we feel like your influence is more powerful, and now we actually found a way to get you your rate." And now you've created an opportunity for not only yourself, but the people in your community as well.
But people don't think about that type
Hello?
of shit. People want to
don't.
hoard money, response, like everything. Like I hate it.
And it's just like you have to be comfortable with yourself to know that, like, you just really got to believe that you're going to be taken care of no matter what.
Listen, it's coming from an earth sign herself. You better listen to this Taurus woman with that Aries moon. Okay, they be in the dirt.
Okay, so I'm a Taurus, but look, the way that I'm really an Aries.
How
Because
close?
I'm an Aries moon, Aries Mercury, Aries Venus.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's like me. I'm a super Gemini. Because you are Aries stellium.
I really feel like those other signs matter.
What's the sign where it's like sidereal?
Yeah, sidereal.
Yeah.
I'm
sidereal.
a sidereal Aries.
Oh wow.
I think I'm a sidereal Sag.
I'm a sidereal Taurus.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, but I think I'm Scorpio gang through and through. Everything is Scorpio.
I know your brain be
And it's
fighting in there.
I love it. I actually don't be having a lot of conflict because there's so much Scorpio that I'm just in there.
No, you be making decisions.
Whatever
I'm
decisive.
decisive.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm decisive as fuck. And then I have some Sag in there, which I think is good because I got to get my emotions out and be vulnerable from time to time. And then we threw a little bit of Capricorn and Aquarius in there, so a bitch can actually have a little bit of logic. Because that Scorpio be having a bitch on the moon. Okay,
I feel like,
no logic.
I feel like I have so much Aries in me. Like the logic part be the Taurus. It's just thank God because I have one Earth sign.
It's very grounding.
I have one Earth sign.
That's
in
just
my
your
entire
sun.
chart.
That's it. That's fire. That's fire. I only have one. God don't want me to be successful in certain areas. Cause
Girl, you're a Gemini. You just have multiple personalities. The
way my brain be
you
like,
just got to tap into them.
my brain just be two niggas in there like this every day. Like none of it.
Geminis, though.
None of it
Some
makes
cool ass
sense.
Geminis.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm a Gemini to where like well, of course I'm a Gemini stellium because I'm a Gemini Sun, Moon, Mercury, and I have my Cancer rising, so I feel like that water element kind of grounds me in that
There's
aspect.
so many Cancer risings that I know.
And I'm a Taurus Venus, so like
I used
that
to think
shit
I
has
was a
me
Cancer
like.
rising for like 2 years. My dad told me 20 minutes off on my birth time. So for like 2 years,
Daddy,
I thought
what's
I was
your rising?
I'm actually a Sag rising.
Oh,
okay.
Jesus just really took his time for real.
Yeah.
Just throwing out signs
Yeah.
for her.
No, okay. So what's crazy is I lost my. First of all, I lost every important document that a person would need. I don't know where it is.
It's okay.
So I had to get my birth certificate, and my mom used to tell me I was born at 10:05. Luckily, being born at 10:50 it's in the same hour, so it's the same sign.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what if I was out here being a Scorpio rising? And
I thought I was a Scorpio rising at first, and then I realized I was like, I don't really have that much of that bark that Scorpio would have.
That Aries be giving me all the bark.
I love Aries women though; they're the best.
I feel like Aries women. I mean, it's like I'm a Taurus, but I just whenever I read Aries stuff, I'm like, that's.
But you're supposed to, when you read stuff like for astrological, you're supposed to read for that type of stuff.
Yeah, your rising is very much, your moon and your rising are there.
Yes,
they're there.
Sometimes that's what
they say.
Well, you relate to more than your sun
everything.
sign. You're supposed to read because your rising is who you present as.
And I feel like I can be like, I'm like not in a bad way, but I am sensitive. Like, and I feel like the Cancer be coming out. Like,
yeah, I know mine does because a lot of people don't know that I'm a Gemini until I start talking. But people online, like if I tweet or something like that, like unless I say something like goofy, people normally think that I'm a water sign, and I'm like, where the fuck did y'all get that from?
I'm dead. Because
I'm like, most Geminis are just air signs in general. We're just very like my way or the highway or go fuck you type shit.
I'm crying.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's really how it is though. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, that's how I used to be as a junior bacon Gemini. Terrible person.
Not a junior bacon.
Terrible fucking person.
I love when she does that.
Terrible
Not
fucking
a junior
person.
bacon.
Anytime that she's like describing, like she'll see like there's this guy that she thinks looks like Don Toliver. And she calls him Junior Bacon Don Toliver. And that should be having me rolling. He doesn't look like Don Toliver.
Mad.
Let me just throw that out there.
Oh my God.
But it's so funny when she says that shit.
Did y'all go to the Don Toliver concert?
I went to it. It was so much
stupid.
fun.
I heard it was good.
I'm
He's
goofy. I
so
didn't
good
go.
at live
Did you go to
performances.
Kaytranada?
I had every
I didn't go.
opportunity to go to
was
both
fun.
of these events and did not attend.
Kaytranada was so fun.
I didn't go to the Kaytranada one because I've seen Kaytranada every time he's been in Atlanta, like the last few years. So that was the first time I haven't seen him. But
It was so good. I danced for 2 hours straight.
because he just
That's
be in
what I
there
heard.
DJing, and I be
He
wanting to
said
see.
3 words. I was like, that's the best concert I've been to in my life.
That nigga said hello and good night.
Nigga, don't talk, just play. Just set it up, nigga.
Vibing.
Oh my God.
No, every time he be playing, I be in there sweaty as fuck with dancing with everybody. I be on the ceiling and shit. Like
I had the whole
Not
row.
on the
And
ceiling.
in the last 45 minutes, that whole row wanted to come to, I'm like, actually, I was using y'all's row as a event space for me. It was a dance
I
floor.
fucking did.
But I actually like the Roxy. That's a good little.
No, I like it. That Donald
that's a
Toliver
nice
concert
space.
that I went to there, we had sat up in the balcony, and I was like,
That's where I was. I was like, this is like, I feel like I'm in my own little section.
I was like, this is noise. Like
I think I'm gonna do the balcony for every concert. I liked it. It was a vibe.
I'm probably gonna do that. And then they got that little VIP
That's how
section in the corner.
we're getting older.
And then the
Because
food
we're
ain't bad either.
We don't want to be in general mission on the floor.
GA, it's
Bruh.
Give me the nosebleed seats
Ain't no more
and I will
playing
be
GA.
able to
I'm
see
sorry,
everything.
like retro
I will
Nick,
see
like
everything.
throwback Nick used to be. I used to always make a friend with a security guard and sneak to the very front to where like I could see the nigga performing like really closely.
It's not for me.
But I
See,
can't
I
be in
trying to
general
fight.
mission no more.
I can't be in the front.
it's over with. It's not fun. I want to be able to dance. I need a seat.
Cause you know niggas mosh pit now.
I
and
can't.
that's
Yeah,
where
I was gonna say I
don't
can't
do
be in
that.
the front of any.
First
That's
of all,
for y'all
I
generation
saw
big
Travis
ass
Scott.
niggas.
The first and only time I saw Travis Scott, I said, Brianna, you're old.
Bruh.
You're old now.
Bruh.
This
Travis
is what
Scott
you're
is-
old.
He's mean.
Bruh.
He performs. He's like, you not singing.
This
Fuck
nigga
you,
said,
bitch.
bro, this nigga,
Get out.
bro, we was at the concert. That's so crazy
You need to
though.
be raging.
This nigga was like, he
And I'm
came
like,
on stage.
yeah.
He came on stage. Y'all know he be
Go.
like with his bangs and shit. He be putting, he can't see shit with his bangs and shit. He come in there dark as
Them
fuck.
2 braids become.
We didn't know who it was.
Right over
We didn't
it.
know who it was. This nigga was like, turn the fucking light off. Turn the light off, nigga. At the light nigga was like, trying to nervously turn the light
No,
off.
because he's scary.
I was like,
But like
nigga.
the mosh pit thing is like, that's not fun.
And niggas was trying to mosh at the Don Toliver concert. I said, nigga, I'm
That's not
36.
fun.
Nigga, I'm up at the mosh with y'all niggas. Okay, I don't got the knees for that, baby. Okay.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up. We're hitting our hour mark, and now we're just getting fucking crazy. But thank you so much, Bree, for coming on the show. This
It's been
was
great.
an absolute delight. I feel like we always get people that we're just aligned with.
Yeah, I don't know how it
Anyway.
works, but this is great.
It just happens. Thank you so much. This is Hers and Hers. Like, stream, subscribe. I'm Tay and Nik.
You already know Nick Space.
Follow us, like it, all that good stuff. Thank you again, Hers and Hers podcast. Signing
y'all.
out.